Extreme Festival action from Zwartkops is proudly brought to you by Risksure, Autobahn, and Bridgestone Tires. Zwartkops for a double header this weekend of Extreme Festival action. And action not only on the track but off it as well, and big crowds coming out to support the Extreme Festival. Some of them even on two wheels. Forward to seeing what they're going to do now out on the black stuff. We're starting off with the Risksure Formula V single-seaters, youngsters in them, and out on track as well. A big welcome to Risksure, the new sponsor of one of the longest-standing single-seater championships in the world, and definitely one of the most exciting. And we always come to see them as the two-wheeled format or the four-wheeled format of superbikes. As they get into the action, you're going to see just how tight these guys can run at the front end. Joining me in commentary will be Rob Portman as they head down towards turn one. It is the champion, Gert van den Berg, using that inside line, the dirtier line, to try and outgun as they head down towards turn number two. Hard charging, Peter Hills. We go on board here with Travis Rugheimer a bit further back there, Rob, and look how tight it is already at the front end.
Yeah, the Formula V boys, they really don't take it. They just go flat out from the word go. It's no holds barred racing here, and they're coming onto the back straight now for the first time. Right in the slipstream there is Gert van den Berg. Will he make a move on the inside? I don't think he's going to be close enough going into turn number 4. He's going to try and use the drag up the hill and that famous overtaking spot, the top of the hill in turn number 5.
Nice to see little battles right the way through the field. The Rughheimers, remember, coming from an off-road background and coming to join the four-wheeled single-seaters here. It looks like they've made the changeover look pretty easy. Remember, we've got a couple of off-road champions at the front end of this field, particularly with Peter Hills, ex-motocross champion and multiple motocross champion in his own right. And he's also been a champion in this class too, so you're going to know it's not going to be easy for him to get through there. Gert van den Berg is pushing him to the limit and looking for chances. Behind them at Schricks. Now, Schrixie, we saw in the start of the show, having to change an engine just before this first heat. So maybe just going to get that car sorted out before he has a go at the front too.
Yeah, I was just about to say car number 2, Schricks. He's got that new motor, so he's probably just getting accustomed to that, but we'll watch him surely come through the field here. But it's all about the two out front at the moment, and Van den Berg just sitting there, the champion from last year, not making any kind of move or inroads on the leader just yet. But we know that coming into the final stages, or car number 74 there running just a little bit wide, that's Siyabonga, so unfortunately losing that place there, running down in about 7th or 8th place now.
Yeah, Lionel Janssen in the Bull security car, forcing him into mistake, running wide and up the inside. He eventually got through there. Now, Gert van den Berg is applying pressure. Peter Hill soaking it up. Schricks has lost out. Lucian Ramchander's gone to 3rd. So a bit of a swap out there. Oh, and Schrixie comes back at him. Schricks has a big look at Ramchander. Also an ex-champion there in 4th place now in the green car. So Jaco Schricks having to work hard to try and fend off and try and find a way back again on Ramchander. Ramchander just squeezing through in the Miami Products machine and getting up to 3rd place. Just behind them though, keep an eye out on Brandon Hills, 2nd of the Loop Fusion cars, up in a 5th place and now right with that red and green machine.
Not easy to pass here at Zwartkops Raceway, and the lap times are so evenly matched from all the drivers, so you really have to plan it a couple of turns ahead. And at the moment, Gert van den Berg doing the right thing, because at the moment the two leaders are stretching away from the rest of the field, not chopping and changing those positions have allowed them to put in those very fast lap times, and they're just stretching away. You can see the 3rd place there, man, Ramchander, just going defensive, and that'll cost him a little bit of time and losing out now on the leaders.
Only for Mark a bit further back there, the DOE quality parts with a bit of smoke coming out of that car. That's a bit of a concern. Here comes Schricks.
There we go.
Big dive on the inside, gets through into turn 4.
That's a great move there. Classic overtaking at Zwartkops Raceway here. Ramchander is going to try and square it back up. Looks like he's going to have the inside line going to the top of the hill. We're going to wait and see if he's got that 3rd position back. It's a duel on the brakes at the top of the hill, side by side. And no, 8 wheels don't fit at the top of the hill there. And Ramchander back up into 3rd place.
Nice move there from Lucian, just squeezing Schrixie out. Schrixie maybe just hanging on, going to live to fight another lap. I think that's why he didn't want to go in too hard. There's still a little bit of laps left over. Brandon Hills was able to make the move though. Look at how he squeezed out and got through on Lionel Janssen. Lionel Janssen now applying big pressure to try and do the opposite and get through on that 2nd Loop Fusion car.
Yeah, that Bull security car of Janssen there in prime position, because if anything happens with the cars ahead of him, they run just a little bit wide, he'll be there to take full advantage of that. The two leaders still line astern as they go through. This is the big battle on track now, from 3rd all the way down to 6th, and at the moment it's Janssen there, but just waiting to pounce on the cars ahead.
Further back you can see them coming through there thick and fast. Ross Rugheimer, Hugo Wallendorf just behind him. Then it's Fred Rugheimer, Ernie for Mark. We're on board here with Travis. Travis seems to just be losing gears here. There's nothing. Yeah, gearbox of nothing there. And he's going to have to pull to the inside. That's the end of that one for the 5-5, and pulling onto the sideline after 7 laps.
he'll feel comfortable on the off-road there, coming from the off-road background. So unfortunately, that's one of the brothers out of the race. But look at this battle now for third place. Still raging at the top of the hill, and Shrix just cannot find a way past Lucian at the moment. He's really going to have to think about this, maybe going into the final turn, but he's got to get the drive through the right and the left-hander down the hill here. I don't think he's close enough, so maybe just going to sit there, wait till the final laps of the race as we're coming to that now. And it looks like it is going to be Peter Hills holding off Kat van der Berg, but who will be in third place? It looks like the red car of Lucian. He's going to hold off, and that's a great podium, a great drive there from Lucian to hold off, because he had 3 very fast cars right on his tail.
Yeah, brilliant stuff. And confirmation of the results there. Hills taking it from Van den Berg. Ramchanda in third place, held off Shrix, Hills, Lendl Janssen and Siyabonga, with Ross Rugama coming through for 8th place. Great driving from our risk-sure Formula Vs. Let's catch up with Lucian Ramchanda in third place.
It was dice all the way through the race. Every corner I either passed him or he tried to make a move on me. It was difficult, but I'm glad that we managed to get through it safely.
What is he going to do now, Rob, to see if he can get up a little bit higher on that podium after race number 1 and all the action he was involved in? It's going to be exceptionally good stuff here in race 2. Kat van den Berg is definitely wanting to take one and turn it over on Peter Hills.
Now, Kat van der Berg just sat behind Peter Hills in race 1, so he's going to hopefully get ahead of the man from the get-go here at the start of the race. You can hear him, I'd say, ride that clutch off the start of the line. And look at that, Kat van der Berg already in pole position there, going into turn number 2. Will he hold off and get the whole shot? I think he might just chop across the nose. No, Peter Hills has got the inside line there. So it's about the 2 men that we saw in race number 1. Once again, out front in race number 2.
Look at Siyabonga having a big look there, giving a little bit of a wide line to Lendl Janssen in the Bull security car. Back on board here with Kat van den Berg. It's everything she's got now in a Formula V up towards turn 4. Looking for an early chance here on Peter Hills. Doesn't want to let him get away. He wasn't able to get through on him in the first race. Now in the second race, he cannot afford for him to get away at all. Nice to see Travis back in the mix there. And Hugo Wallendorf. Oh, there's a big one. A big moment there for one of the cars. I think Ramchanda got out of shape there in turn 4. Yes, it's left the top 3 to get away. Ramchanda getting a big slide through turn 4. Unfortunately, was able to get going again, but everybody else, how they missed him, only they know.
That really has split up the field now. We're going to catch a replay of that incident on board with Ross Rugama. You can see this is brilliant footage here, and you can see Ramchanda's nose cone there just being taken off there, so he's going to have to come through the field now without that nose cone, so watch out for the bright red car. You can see Ross Rugama losing out so much there, losing out on all that drive, and this is what it's done. It's split up the field now, so we've got this battle between the 3 drivers out front, and then it's a couple of seconds down the road before we see the next couple of drivers dicing for 4th and 5th place.
Now they'll still sort things out there, but you can see at the moment it's Kat van den Berg applying the pressure to Peter Hills. Peter Hills, he's going to soak that pressure up like he did in the first one. Hopefully not make any mistakes, keep it all together. But he hasn't got 1 car behind him this time. He's now got 2. And Shrixie is certainly looking dangerous. Well, the nose cone hasn't been removed off the side of the circuit just yet, but I'm sure that will be very, very soon.
Oh, Van der Berg around the outside of the top of the hill. Will he make it stick? No, Peter Hills has got the inside line. So Van der Berg, he doesn't want to make the same mistake he made in race number 1, sitting behind Hills, the blue car, and he's going to go around the outside. That's lining him up for a move on the inside. You can't fit 8 wheels in there. Look how close he is, almost on the dirt there from Gert van der Berg, who's looking very racy, and here comes Shrinks. You can see around the outside now. Will he make it? He doesn't make it stick. Yes, he does. A great piece of driving there from car number 2.
Unbelievable stuff coming out of Shrixie, but of course, remember, these 3 have all had championships in their own right in this category. So it's 3 champions fighting hard. Shrix is the losing champion from last year. The current champion is on his tail. That's Gert van den Berg. And multiple champion out front there in the 4 car is Peter Hills. Absolutely amazing stuff. As I mentioned, these are the 4-wheel superbikes of National Championship Racing.
Yeah, here we go further down the field. You could see Ramchanda there without his nose cone. I wonder if he'll stop there at turn number 4 to pick up that nose cone. Currently running in 4th place there. We got a car a little bit off the circuit there. That's Ernie Vermaak. Unfortunately, their car number 9. We saw him in race number 1, just spinning out there, but getting back on track. So easy to do here at Zwartkops. And you can see, oh, here we go. Van der Berg not willing to sit there in 3rd place. He's made the move up into 2nd, even railing the inside turn there. So he's really a man on the mission at the moment.
I think Shrixie might have a problem there. Shrixie slowed up dramatically and could possibly be falling into the clutches of the guys behind him. Ramchanda, remember, has moved up to 4th place. Incredibly, after that massive spin, he's come through the field like a hot knife through butter and has got up to 4th place. If Shrix has got a problem, he could even possibly get back on the podium. That would be an incredible drive.
That really would. Unfortunately for Shrix, from the 3rd, yeah, definitely problems there. You can see him moving to the inside there. So, oh man, a podium for last year's champion. Unfortunately now thrown out of the window. And like you said, that's promoted Ramchanda up into a brilliant podium. But it's all about Van der Berg and Peter Hills at the front. Van der Berg, he was trying to mount a challenge and Shrix came past. So we're going to have to wait and see if the orange car can make the move there. Ramchanda now in a comfortable third place. Look at that battle for fourth.
Yeah, Brandon Hill's fighting hard there. Siyabonga just behind the Bull security car of Lionel Janssen. Janssen applying massive pressure. Then you go further back, Ross Rugheimer. He sits currently in 7th place. Fred is on his tail. Hugo Wallendorf just behind them. So the top 8 still fighting hard here. The front end of the field is not done just yet as they enter the back markers again. Ernie van Mark just circulating, trying to get as many points as he can with that ailing car. But Peter Hills is under massive attack. And look at this. Gert van den Berg going left, going right. Will he dive on the inside, coming down into GNH? No, not quite close enough just yet. But what a dice here for the lead.
Where is Gert van den Berg going to make his move? On the last lap now, we are coming across the line for the penultimate time. Will he do it going into turn number 2 here on the inside? I don't think he's close enough. Peter Hills so far has got him all sussed. There he goes. He fakes to the inside of the circuit. Is he going to make the move stick? Oh, great piece of driving there from car number 1, who's out front. But Peter Hills squares it up. It's now a dice and a duel down the back straight.
Side by side, going onto that back straight. Further back, Lionel Janssen applying massive pressure onto Brandon Hills. Siyabonga just behind them. Then you can see the rest of the field starting to stream out. The 66 car of Fred Rugheimer being caught there by Travis, Fred, and looks like an in-house battle amongst the family. Checkered flag, and what a move on the final turn! Gert van den Berg kept it till the last corner and went through to take the win. Van den Berg wins out, Peter Hills in 2nd, Ramchanda in 3rd. It's Brandon Hills in 4th place, beating Siyabonga and Lionel Janssen ahead of Ross and Fred Rugheimer. Let's catch up with Gert van den Berg.
It was a brilliant dice. We followed up from the first hit, and I decided I had to get one over him on this in this race. The first race he outsmarted me, so I decided the old topic can't beat me again. So that was a quite close race, but you know you can trust him, so that was lekker.
From our 4-wheeled superbikes on track with Risk Sure Formula V after the break. Join us with the 2-wheelers.